welcome back, one and all, to Dreamworks Dungeons and Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master, August Schmid, and with me are the wonderful members of this group. We have, of course, in a quick recap of last time, meeting here in a strange mystic world, the world of Dromore. We have found ourselves in the city of Keld, a small town just southeast of the Black Forest, in the Blackwood. As you all were at the marketplace, we found greeted by a very regal Eric Cochran, who was searching for black powder, a small but friendly cookie-born gingerbread man, a strange knight in scaled armor that was looking for different quests and hunts, a rather ethereal individual who seemed unmoved by the cares of the world but very connected in the arcanum sense, and finally a rather normal looking humanoid but who still seemed rather intrigued and interested by the goings-on in the world. Indeed, we met Shen, Jinji, Valka, Minorith, and Adora here in the market. Before too long, though, your eyes and ears were opened to another being who spoke to you. And as this creature brought you into a shared vision and introduced themselves as Gabriel, noting that the higher beings of this world had decreed that its destruction was to commence, and to, though not let everyone simply perish, have given, shall we call it, a bit of a challenge to you all to grow or save yourselves or others by whatever means you deem necessary. But, of course, a very vital Nat 20 occurred as the cookie-born, known as Jinji, asked and inquired of the being if he knew of the Muffin Man, to which you learned that indeed this creature knew the Muffin Man Jinji, as this being Gabriel knows the Muffin Man by the name Uriel. With the vision quickly coming to a close, all of you found yourselves back in this open market where light started shining, as even though the day was breaking, a smooth scarlet covered the sky and bled out of the very moon itself, a dark omen for what was about to commence. As we begin tonight's session, I will invite us all to look at the battle map and say that we will be beginning by rolling initiative, if everyone would be so kind.
I got a 9.
Excellent. Adora, you got a 9. Let's see here. Shen got a 19. And no worries, Shen, we will allow you to retroactively, as you're in and out, take your turns. Minorith with an 18. Very well done. Valka with a 17. All right, high numbers tonight. And Jinji with a 9. Still a very good roll. You and Adora. But I believe, Jinji, you will act first, having the better dex of the two.
Yep.
I'm
just saying that because I have no bonus to my dex.
Oh my, that was a very good roll from the Shadow creatures. Actually, no, I will re-roll to make sure everyone can see. Just because I like having open rolls. Here we go. Roll 1d20. Nat 13. Much different than the synthetic, shall we call it, 19 I rolled, which would have given them a 21. These creatures will now act after almost the majority of the party. So, and of course, I will send, for those that are intrigued or like keeping track, the initiative tracker is going to be sent to the campaign dice tray Just so that if anyone wants to look at that or take any note of it, they may do so. As the shadows appear out of the very earth itself, each of them swirling with malice and smoke, and as you hear these screaming, market vendors and patrons alike are grabbing their wares and bolting as far as they can. The creatures do not seem immediately aggravated against the common people here, but you could assume that left to their devices, these strange shadows might indeed attack. That will bring us to the first in the order. Shen, that would be your turn, but Shen, it's okay if we need to move on and let you retroactively take your turn.
I think I'm good for the next little bit.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. So the shadows have appeared and they appear hostile, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Let's see. I think Shen. Let's see. Shen will probably then attack that closest one to him.
Gotcha.
If they're appearing openly hostile.
For sure.
Okay. Let's see. So that's. Ooh. Okay. 1 second. Is there a way to roll attacks and things directly from? Yeah, there should be. Sorry, I'm looking through the D&D Beyond to get that.
Gotcha.
Actions. Okay, there we go. So, as I come up to this first shadow, I'd like to slide my Wandao out.
Gotcha.
First off, and take a sweeping slash through it as well as I can.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
Okay. There we go. There's the. Have 7.
A 7. Shen, you sweep out regally. Again, your Guandao whips out, but before it touches the creature, you watch as the smoke seems to dissipate just before your blade can hit, and almost as if two creatures suddenly appear and then reconverge back into one, and you do not hit with your attack. Oof, a natural one. But still, Shen, you have immediately closed with this first creature and are getting ready to do battle.
Yeah, so can I then use my bonus action to make a, to use the 2-weapon fighting to make an attack with one of my knives?
For sure. Go for it.
Okay, so that'll be another... Okay. And then I just don't add my...
Your big stuff, yeah.
Okay. Cool, so that is a synth 20 to hit.
Which definitely will hit.
Okay, so as I sweep through with my Wandao, I can see it breaking apart kind of around the blade, and I'd like to take then just in kind of a follow-up swipe with my other hand, flipping out one of my blades from between my wings and taking a stab at it.
Gotcha.
And let's see, and I think R1d4. Okay, so that'll be 3.
You take 3 points and swoosh in and are immediately able to start slashing at this creature. Well done, Shen. You take the 3 damage. You will note, though, the creature does not look as damaged as maybe it could have been.
Okay.
but
Good to know.
still an excellent turn. Slashing through, the shadows do seem to connect in some capacity, and you feel that tension tug against your blade. Whoa! It cuts through something. Minarith, that will make your turn in the initiative order.
Okay. If I were to move to the left of the creature to my left, then could I potentially get 2 of these creatures in a 15-foot cone?
You would be able to hit 2 of these creatures. I think I see what you're saying too. It's moving over.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
15-foot cone. I think it's just a little bit out of range, unfortunately.
That's fair. In which case, I would stay where I am, so I'm next to this other person, and I'm going to direct my spell towards the creature that I was moving towards earlier. And I want to cast Color Spray.
Ooh, excellent.
So apparently I need to roll 6d10 to see how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
Exactly.
Let's see, can I change how many I'm doing? Here we go. Okay, roll. And it's loading.
Yeah, it's that, like, how gracious of them.
Okay,
the
that's
normal
not
time
bad.
it would take us to do the math, it's doing it for us.
All right, so that's 28 hit points.
28.
And the way the spell works is, so if this creature has 28 hit points or fewer, then it is blinded
Correct.
for, let's see how long. I don't think it
Until the spell ends.
says
So
how
as
long.
long as you can, for a
Excellent.
full round, it's got the blinded condition.
Sweet. So yeah, basically Minareth is just going to turn to Adora. Let's see if I can make this a little more even. And then I'm going to just blow off of the palm of my hand as if I'm blowing powder towards the shadow creature and see if I can blind it.
Excellent. You blow this dust. This creature immediately screeches out and is blinded, as that is one of the few immunities it has nothing to prevent. Blinded condition happens on the creature to your left, Minarith, which will help definitely with the rest of the party. Excellently done. As that happens, Minarith, do you want to take any other movement or bonus action briefly before anything happens?
I think I will go ahead and be on the left of that creature so that if Adora decides to attack this one, maybe she'll get flanking bonus.
Smart. So that way, like, you're offering a physical presence. I enjoy it. I like it. That is perfect. That will make next up in the initiative order Valka. Now, Valka, you were a little bit away because you were just checking some of the sign postage over here. But what would you like to do, Valka?
Just checking for movement and range. Are these squares like 5-foot squares like our normal maps?
Yes, just like our normal maps.
Okay. Let me judge a distance real fast.
No, I get that.
Yeah, right. I think I might actually head down to. I think I can reach that lowest one because it doesn't look like anyone else is near that. Yeah, so I'll be right there.
Okay.
And I will bonus action. Crimson Right, I believe, is a bonus action.
Yeah.
So I will take a d4 of damage, but then I will have that up. So I guess let me roll damage for myself first.
Excellent.
And I take the full 4. That's gross.
Oof.
That's okay. All right. And then I will swipe at this thing with my greatsword.
Excellent.
13?
13 does hit the AC.
Okay. So I'm going to roll the greatsword damage on this, and then that will be an extra. I think it's just the extra D4, but of lightning damage.
Correct.
Cool. Okay, so I'll roll the greatsword damage first, and then I'll roll a D4. Okay, so 9 points of normal damage. Oh, I rolled 4 for myself and 1 point of lightning damage for this shadow creature.
Oof, you hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
This creature, you watch as greatsword slings from your back. You take it and beautifully cut down right to left across the chest. It does spray open, lightning crackling off of your blade as it ignites. But even as it ignites, it does seem to slowly start stitching itself back together with shadows. And you two realize, even with lightning damage, not the full damage occurred that maybe should have.
I should clarify, when your right is in effect, attacks made with this weapon are magical, and you deal an extra 1d4.
Oh,
so, like, all the damage was magical, but only a 1d4 if it was lightning.
Thank you
The
so
rest
much.
was magical slashing.
That will be very different. You slam down. This creature will take the full 10 points of damage then, as in immediately looking insanely bloodied and discorporeate, the shadows start stretching against itself, possibly to break and disband and simply seep back into the world. Thank you so much on that clarification, Valka. I almost messed that up.
Thank you.
The shadow creature looks very angry. That will actually bring us to the creatures. Now, they don't have much they can do, but... oh, excuse me. These are not the right shadow creature stats. That would have ended really badly. I'm just gonna quickly go... give me half a second. And we have to reset the initiative for these guys. Sorry, I forgot I technically have 2 different shadow stats, which would have kind of messed up my flow because I don't know these stats immediately off the top of my head. I will, of course, reset some of the damage that they had taken. Here we go.
I appreciate the changing to the not kill us in one turn.
Yeah, I was looking at this. I'm like, these are beefy shadows. When did I do that? Here we go. The shadows will now take their turn normally. Shen, of course, you will be attacked by a shadow. Jinji and Valka, a shadow coming for you. Adora, a shadow for you. And Minarth, one shadow at you, which will be at disadvantage. So, we need to quickly grab a couple D20. And, of course, keeping in mind, they only add for us. So, we're going to start with Shen, Jinji, Valka, and Adora's rolls, and then we'll resolve Minarith's, which is at disadvantage. Shen, that would be a synthetic 20 to hit. Jinji, a 19. Valka, that would only be a 10, but Adora, that would also be a synthetic 20.
Yes, that hits.
Yeah. That will hit. I'm just gonna do it this way then. I messed up on my commands. 2d20. Here we go. Minarith. The higher of the 2 rolls was a 16, which unfortunately I believe will hit.
Yeah, it will.
So that is going to be damage for everyone except for Valka. So that is a bit of damage coming out. Oof. Everyone is going to take 12 points of necrotic damage. Except for Valka.
Necrotic, you say?
Necrotic, I say.
That means I'm resistant.
Yes, you are.
Same.
6 points to Minareth and Edora.
Thank you.
As that happens, though, you will not be resistant to the 1d4. Okay. Shen, Minareth, Gingy, and Edora, each of you will lose a singular point of strength as the shadow creatures suck into your souls, leaving inky black scars on your arms and legs, and feel your strength suck out of your very marrow.
Gross.
Sorry, say that again. How much?
Just 1 point from your
Okay.
strength score. I rolled the minimum on a d4, thankfully. As this occurs, Edora, would you make me, at the end of the Shadow's turn, a perception check? That's what we're going to call this.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Edora, this shadow creature is lunging towards you. Right before it hits, you see it kind of stops and hisses. You think it's looking at the sword handle that is strapped to your back currently.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, that's Eleanor going, oh.
You're good.
I don't know what to say in character right now.
You're totally fine. As that happens, that will make Gingy's turn. And Edora, you're on deck. Gingy, what would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to. Let me find all of my stuff. I kind of want to run away from the one that is close to me.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I also want to, let's see. I think, yeah, I'll do Word of Radiance on him as I run away.
Ooh, excellent stuff. You cast Word of Radiance. Just checking the save he's going to have to make. Oh, hold on. Each creature choice that you can see within range. Oh, but only a 5-foot range because it's cantrip. Okay. I was like, wow, that's broken.
I know. I was like, that's awesome. Wait, they're all too far away.
Yeah. He'll make a quick Constitution saving throw. And that was a natural 3. He's going to take the full damage of this D6 of pure radiance.
Seriously.
No. I will let you know, though, even though it is a 1, it will double to 2 as you speak. And I would ask, what's your word of radiance? What is the word you would say?
Ooh. Dang, I hadn't even thought about that. Let's see. design word. Right now it's gonna be mixing spoon.
Here, oh, I will also then ask though for Gingy, where do you want to run to? Just more like kind of in the middle of the group, or like in and around some of the stalls?
Kind of like underneath a stall to hide for a second.
For sure. I mean, you are a smaller creature, so it makes sense to like say, "Oh, I'm gonna try to just slip on underneath." Go ahead. I will make a quick reaction. This shadow might get an opportunity attack on you.
Yeah.
That was an 18, Gingy.
Yeah.
This is going to be 2d6 plus 2. 12 points of necrotic damage. And you will lose
Taking 12 points of... Sorry?
and that is a further 3 points of strength score loss.
Okay. So I took 12. Sorry, just making it. Still finding everything on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
So I took 12 points the first hit and another 12 points with this hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down.
Gingy, you go to rush under the stall, and the shadow creature slips out, grabs your cookie feet, and crumbles away at the frosting. Each of you watch this tiny little companion that you just saw in your shared vision fall. Yikes. Gingy, that is your turn, unfortunately. That will bring us to Adora. That is your turn.
Eleanor has to go. Skip me. I have to pick up stuff from the pharmacy. I'm sorry. Bye.
No worries. Okay. We'll skip. We'll get to Adora's turn in a moment. That will bring us back top the order to Shen.
To him.
Ah, wait. Shen might be gone too.
Okay. I know what I'm doing quick. Okay. Yes, so as these shadows have attacked, and packs a little bit more of a punch than Shen anticipated, he is going to realize that he wants to take a different tactic. So using my bonus action, I would like to make another offhand attack against the shadow with one of my knives.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, that'll be a d20 plus 6. No. Finding the things. Okay. So 1d20 to hit. 16.
16 will hit with your offhand attack.
Okay. And then damage from that knife is 1d4. It's 3 points of slashing damage.
Another 3, and again, the shadow's just barely seeming to kind of catch off of the blade, trying to work its way around rather than getting hit. But this shadow is looking hurt.
Okay. That's good to know. But as I'm making that offhand strike, I am going to flare out my feathers in an attempt to kind of distract it, and using my where is that trait called? Using my fancy footwork, I'm going to run from the shadow to the one that's over on my right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the fancy footwork means he can't take opportunity attacks against me.
Yeah. Swinging on through, that'll be 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to that shadow and then use my one Dao and cut into it as hard as I can. Just kind of
Excellent.
take down. Okay.
And you have advantage on this.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Come on, let's get this. Okay. So, okay. First roll is a 15, and then the second one is a 10. Okay.
All right. 15 will still hit though, thankfully.
Okay. So that's the 1d4 plus my sneak attack damage because I have an ally within
5 feet. Well done.
So 5 for the one Dao, and then 7 for my sneak attack.
Oh, 12 points. This creature goes from looking blinded, totally fine, immediately heavily hurt as Guandao whips out of almost nowhere between the feathers and strikes right above the heart where this creature's heart should be, ripping through the shadow. It screeches in pain. Shen, as you have heavily damaged it. Well done. Excellent turn. Minorith, that will make your turn.
Is the bottom left shadow the one closest to Gingy who just took him down?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I would like to cast Sacred Flame. The shadow has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dang. Let's roll its dex save.
Oh, I really hope it doesn't make it.
Oof. That will be a dex of 17.
Oh. Okay, that's fine. Then I think it doesn't take any damage because it just does 1d8 radiant damage and it doesn't say halved. Well, that sucks. Okay, fine. Then I would like to. May I cast another spell as a bonus action if the first one didn't work?
I don't believe so.
And that also sucks.
Sacred Flame is a cantrip.
True.
Wait, Sacred Flame is a cantrip. So yes, if you have a leveled spell you can do.
Sweet. I would like to cast Misty Step and get between Gingy and the shadow.
Yes, Misty Step would work because it's labeled as a bonus action.
Yep.
Perfect stuff. You Misty Step right in. It kind of, for lack of a better word, shunting the cookie just a little bit behind you, whipping it. And perfectly done because this shadow is just about to be finished blinded. So even if you normally moved, no opportunity attack, well done, Minorith. As you move in between Gingy and the shadow, Valka, that is your turn.
Excellent. I'm gonna take another swipe at this shadow next to me with my greatsword.
Go for it.
Oof, that probably will not hit. That's an 11.
Unfortunately, an 11 does not hit this creature.
Okay, so let me figure out which of my bonus actions I want to use. You know what? It may be worth it to try my Necrotic Shroud just to see if I can frighten this thing. I don't think the damage will help against shadows, but I might be able to frighten this thing.
Yeah.
And buy myself around.
Go for it.
So it needs to make a charisma saving throw.
We'll go ahead. We shall make that charisma save. It is going to succeed, unfortunately, on that save with a 19 synthetically.
Okay.
Awesome. Valka, you swinging the sword, the shadow immediately kind of regroups itself and goes immediately on the defense, and it is slinking back and forth between the shadows against the market stall into your own shadow, just trying its best, kind of like not to get hit at all. That will bring us back to the shadow's turn. Let's see. There are one shadow on Minareth, one on Valka, one on Adora, one on Shen. The shadow that Shen left is going to try to come back, so it's going to attack Shen as well. So we're going to start with 2 rolls for Shen. Don't know what that was supposed to be, but I gotta fix my hotkeys. One was a 19, one was an 8, so only 1 hit for Shen. Adora is going to take an attack. That's going to be a 21 to hit Adora. There's an attack at Valka. That was an 8. That does not hit. And finally, Minareth. This shadow will hit you for a 22. These shadows, so that is a hit on Shen, Adora, and Minareth. So that will be 6 plus 12. Very minimal damage, though. This time, that is only 6 points of necrotic damage. Minareth, that will have, of course, for you to 3, and Adora, it will have as well to 3. Valka, you take no damage, but unfortunately, Shen goes down. But there is, of course, 1d4 strength score will be reduced by 2. Minareth, Adora, and Shen all have their scores reduced.
Question: is there a way to put that on D&D Beyond temporarily or not really?
Not really temporarily. You can like physically.
Okay, so just keep track of it yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of the easiest way.
Sounds good.
As that happens, the shadows take their attacks. The 2 that were on Shen now look disinterested. You can tell that when you guys are falling in battle, they're not staying to finish the job. They are merely downing people. That will bring us to Gingy. Gingy, would you be so kind as to make me a death saving throw?
My death saves on here.
Oh, death save. You just roll a 1d20.
Okay.
And then you keep track on your character sheet underneath your hit points. Excellent. A 12 will be a success, so you can mark down 1 success on your death saves as Gingy, slowly feeling just the energy rot away at your cookie being, you smell that sweet bread scent and are taken back far in the distant past to your own baking day, seeing the kind face of the Muffin Man pull you out of his oven and feel your body try to hold on to its valued life. That will bring us to Adora's turn. And just to help keep things fair, I'm going to let Adora take 2 turns real quick. I will help make them for her, just because I know it's picking up meds that haven't been available for weeks, and so totally see how crazy life can get. Adora is going to take 2 attacks. She is going to roll.
Would she be allowed to take one of them with advantage? Because during her first turn, the one shadow was blinded and flanked.
Yes. You know, let's totally do that. Let's say we will allow 2d20 to everyone. I'll allow this attack with advantage. So we're going to roll those. Woo. So the higher was a 9, but with her +4 to strength, plus her proficiency of 2, so +6, that would make a 15 to hit on the first attack. This will be the great sword stats, though broken. So she's going to deal a total of excellent. That is 7 plus 4, 11 points of damage to the blinded figure. That will. Hold on. I will be very nice. This creature will go down. As with a magical blade, Adora will cut through the second creature that is on Shen. And I will be super nice and say that Shen would then not have been hit twice, and so would have taken the lower of the two. So Shen is still up at 6 hit points.
Thank you, you're very nice.
Yeah, I'm like, Adora would have taken that attack, would have hit, would have downed it, for sure. I will then say, let's go ahead. We need to take another attack. As we do so, I am going to quickly roll for that. We're going to say, though, as Adora takes that attack, she will come back, take the second attack on the creature next to her. So she's going to just attack that one. Unfortunately, only got an 11, will not hit. And so that creature is still in combat. As the shadow creatures finish up, Adora will take that turn. Shen will be alive. That will bring us back to the top of the order with Shen.
And we'll need to skip him for just a minute while he's putting Kingdom.
No worries. We will hold Shen's turn. Minarith, that is your turn then.
First thing I want to do is object interaction, the cookie into a pocket.
For sure. This is a tiny creature. You slip Gingy right into your pocket.
Excellent. And I kind of forgot this last turn, but can I make a free medicine check? My free check?
Yeah, for your free check, I'll allow it.
You.
Thumbelina.
Then let me do that real quick. Okay, that's not bad. 16.
16, and kind of how we rule is you beat the armor class of the creature. So yes, Gingy, on your next turn, you will be able to roll a death save with advantage.
Okay. And then for the rest of my turn, I would like to try again to do Sacred Flame. Which of the three people seems to be the most damaged?
Let's see. Out of the three, so there's one fighting Shen that does look hurt, but is still very much up. One of the shadows...
Oh, no, I mean one of the three of my compatriots, which seems to be in the most danger, I guess.
Right now, it is Shen. Shen does not have a lot of hit points left, because you, Adora, are having the damage. Valka has yet to be hit, so Shen's definitely the one that looks bad.
All right, let's make Shen's shadow roll another dex saving throw.
Whew, alrighty. Try dex save. Shouldn't be as good with it, but we will see.
We'll see. The dice may hate me.
That is
Yay!
only a 7. That is a for sure failure.
Excellent. All right, let's roll a d8 of radiant damage. Is thinking. Ooh, that's not bad. That's 6
6.
points of radiant damage.
The shadow next to Shen immediately erupts as the sacred flames twirl. Silvery light and fire dance around, almost like molten silver. The shadow creature by Shen looks horribly injured.
Okay, great.
Uh,
I believe. I don't know if I would be allowed to, but I believe I have a dagger somewhere. I can't see it on my sheet, but I know that I have something. Would I potentially be allowed to throw a dagger at the shadow?
as an offhand attack, for sure. It's that two-weapon fighting, kind of offhand, unarmed, two-weapon fighting, yeah. Oh, I do have to say, I don't think I can allow it, because two-weapon fighting is you do have to take the attack action at least, and then attack with a different weapon, because you did do
And
the
a spell doesn't count as an attack?
It does
Just
not.
making sure. Okay, that's fine. Then I will. I guess that's the rest of my turn then.
No.
I don't want to leave the area of opportunity for this shadow.
Smart stuff. You will be able to, though, still that sacred flame, that creature, it looks on death's door. And speaking of on death's door, Valka, that is you and your creature, which is very much on the defense right now.
I gotta take another attack. I gotta hit this time.
Gotta hit.
Yeah.
13. That'll hit.
All right. I will roll the damage real fast. 12 magical slashing plus another 1 lightning, and technically I'm also doing 2 necrotic right now, but I'm gonna assume it's immune to the necrotic.
You would be right in assuming it. I wasn't gonna bring that up.
I was just trying to get that brightened off, but yeah.
You, though, slam this sword down. As this creature tries, you drive it deep into the frosty ground. And it shatters as the shadows recedes back into the natural dark places of the world and is gone.
Excellent. And then I will take my movement to get over by Gingy. I can't do anything this turn, but next turn I've got healing hands.
You slide on over immediately. Yeah, I'll say yeah, because you would be able to move and close.
So I was gonna be like on the other side of her from Minareth.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
There.
So it's like not that you're in attack of opportunity range, but being able to safely lay on hands, heal. I see. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That will be the Shadow's turn once more. The 3 shadows that are here are going to take their attacks. We are going to say, so first will be at Shen, next will be at Minareth, and last will be at Adora. Oh, Shen will get hit for 23. Minareth and Adora both will miss on a 12 and 14.
Hey, can I use a reaction real fast?
Yes, you may. What reaction would you like to do?
I guess you'll have to roll damage first, but if Shen's about to go down again, I have a reaction.
Very possibly. It's not a for sure because I do have to roll, but it's very possible Shen will go down.
Yeah, roll the damage, and if he goes down, then I'll blood curse of the fallen puppet him.
Oh, I see this. That is 10 points necrotic damage to Shen and will go down.
Hey, Tice, you get one last attack on this thing before you go down.
That would have been the same 3.
Let me grab his phone from him really quick.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, because Shen can definitely take that reaction against the shadow creature, and then all will be well. Well,
Again, that is a dope reaction.
Blood hunters, man.
Good stuff. That would definitely help, because yeah, Shen would go down, but getting that last attack off might do it.
Okay, so I just got his from him.
Thank you so much.
Let me see. I guess whatever attack he did last time. I'm like, I don't know any of his stuff.
Excellent. Under his actions, it should be labeled for the it's the Guandao blade, which I believe is what he's been using for all of his stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a 1d6 plus 4 slashing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, not that.
Oh no, only an 8.
Oh.
Slams in.
Oh, I did roll the right thing.
Yes, you did. The 8, Shen, as limbs move without meaning, tries to slash this creature, but unfortunately fails and will fall to the ground. The shadows will finish their turn. That will bring us back. Gingy, you may once again roll me a death saving throw, but this time you have advantage on it.
Okay, is Shen down then?
Shen is down.
Okay. Just making sure. So there's my first roll.
Ooh.
I get advantage.
You do get advantage.
That's so much better.
That heart attack right there. 17 is 2 successes there, Gingy, as once again you feel the little frosting and gumdrops on your body glow with that celestial warmth as you feel your body. Though it tries to crumble, this cookie will not crack. Gingy, you are looking much better than before, as that will bring us once again to Adora's turn. Now, Adora will attack once more. As Adora goes to the attack, let me pull back up the sheet. He's got the attack, is going to quickly try to roll the damage, or excuse me, roll to hit first. Oh my goodness gracious. That is, in fact, a natural 20. That is going to be quite the amount of damage. That is crit damage to roll there for Adora. 23 points of damage. Sucks that Ella isn't back yet. This creature that she was attacking, which I should point out, has yet to really take a ton of damage, immediately slashes through and is gone in an instant. Adora, I will be super nice too, is then going to be able to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 full movement, and let's make just a quick offhand attack. It's going to be a quick 1d20 plus 4. Yeah, tries for a quick dagger, does not hit this other creature, unfortunately. Still a wildly good turn. As Adora finishes the turn, that will be back to the top of the order with Shen. Rebecca, if you'd be so kind, would you manage to roll just a quick d20 for Shen's first saving throw? Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry. There he is. No!
Oh no! Shen is not looking great. Wing is bent at an odd angle. And because I have to be perfectly fair, that was a failed death save by 5 or more.
That's the 14.
I have to quickly grab the lingering wounds table, as Shen did fail. So that is going to just be, we're going to roll just a quick 1d20. 2.
Sorry.
That was on the critical hits table. Because Shen's death save was lower than a 5. When failing a death saving throw by 5 or more, Shen will take some necrotic damage, lingering wounds. Oh. You watch one of Shen's wings is starting to wither ever so slightly.
Dang.
Yeah. Doesn't look great. As Shen takes that death save, that will bring us to Minarith. That is your turn.
Well, okay, that was intense. Can I do another sacred flame at that son of a gun?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
It's gonna roll. So here we go. 1d20 plus 2.
Fail.
14.
Freaking. My spell save DC is 14.
It is 14? Oh, barely.
Frick. Well, I think so. Where do I find my spell save DC? I assume it's 14. I don't actually know.
I can help you look that up real quick.
My save DC is 15. I just found it. Yes!
Oh, so that is a failure. Well done. So that's another D8.
Burn. Okay. Oh, that's max damage, sir. And it's radiant, if that helps.
The shadow creature erupts into sacred silvery fire and is no more.
Ha! He deserves it. Okay, I'm going to use my last second level spell slot to bonus action Misty Step again to get over to Shen, and I want to do a medicine check. Oh, and I'm going to object interaction hand Gingy to Valka before I do so.
I was going to say, I'm like, if you take Gingy away, lay on hands can't work.
All right, let's do a medicine check. Please work. Goodness gracious, sorry, I had to clear my dice rolls so that I can actually click medicine. In total.
11 total. Unfortunately, does not hit Shen's AC. You immediately, Minarith, are looking. Shen's wing has just now got these slight necrotic etches up and into his hand that do not look healthy. And so it's that you don't think you've ever encountered like damage like this before, which may prove to why it's hard to treat him medicinally right now.
Yep, that would make sense.
Minarith, excellent turn though, finishing up. There is only one shadow left. Valka, that is your turn.
Okay, so for my action, I'm going to do healing hands on Gingy. So I'll roll for healing real fast. Two hit points. D4s do not like me. But you're up at 2 hit points.
I appreciate 2 hit points very much. Thank you.
No problem. And then Lonnie said she handed Gingy to me, so am I like carrying them?
Yes, currently you are carrying Gingy.
So carrying Gingy, I would like to take my movement away from this shadow thing, and that like just so it'll be like harder to hit me, but then, well, not towards the group, more like luring it away.
Okay.
Yeah, just like
5,
straight
10,
back with my movement
15,
pretty much.
20, 25, 30. We'll even...
And then I'll like set Gingy down behind me.
Yes. Kind of spread it
Cool.
out.
And that's my turn.
Excellent.
Or I guess I could like, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent stuff, Falca. Gingy's back up. 2 hit points. Gingy, I did just realize part of the critical injury table does state when a creature is dropped to 0 hit points but isn't killed outright, we must roll on the lingering injury table as well. Because you did go down, I'm just going to roll. This will be a private roll, 1d20. I'm just going to roll real quick. Oh, that's nothing. On a 19, Gingy, you now have white and gray spots on your cheeks, so it kind of looks like the gingerbread has gotten a little old and moldy, but these spots don't have any adverse effects that you can tell.
Interesting. Okay.
I almost forgot because I literally was like, wait a second, but it also says something about people who go down. That's why Shen was making his after the 5. So, it's now that you're back up, though, you're kind of noticing these spots on you. Valka, excellent turn. That will make...
I'm back, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, excellent. Elle, you're back.
Yep. Sorry. Getting meds took forever. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Just to kind of fill you in, good stuff happened. I kind of helped minor roll for you just to like help. It kept Shen from going down at one point, even though he is down now. You were able to still get some strong attacks off. It just all good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say good stuff, and yet we're talking about lingering wounds. So.
Yes. It's that, unfortunately, there were some lingering wounds because Shen and Gingy did go down, and Shen failed the death save throw by 5 or more. So there was just a lot of that happening.
Okay.
The last shadow here, though, is going to take its turn. As it does so, it is actually going to go 5, 10... 15, 20 backwards. The shadow, Adora, you see that this shadow is trained on the sword in your hand. Now, it is important to note that the sword you've been using still counts as a great sword. It is just that broken stats right now, right? It's not technically a full sword.
They're kind of just using what I have of it.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's that, like, even broken, it still counts as a great sword, but a lot of those, you know, as you would know, better powers aren't working. As the shadow moves backwards, you hear a soft hiss emanate from its lips as the creature slowly begins to dissolve into shadow.
Is he dissolving like he's retreating or dissolving like he's dying?
It's dissolving like it's changing.
Changing to what?
As you watch, the shadow slowly dissolves until a shadowy wings erupt from its back as a large creature emerges slowly from where the previous shadow stood. It looks at you, Adora, and you hear it speak in your mind. Hand me the blade, and I will let you all live. As a shadowy demon has erupted, but I will say that was its full turn, just kind of emerging from its
Mhm.
counterpart. You can tell, like any of you watching this would notice, it seems that some sort of magical swapping has occurred. That these two creatures both agree to, like, we're gonna magically do an ability to swap us.
Uh-huh.
As it emerges, that will make Gingy, that is your turn. Now, Gingy, you are actually up at 2 hit points, which is very, very helpful. What would you like to do?
I would like to bless those who have helped me.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So it's 3 creatures right now. So
Yeah.
coming back to here, so I am near. Oh, I'm just near one person. Or can I bless just anybody I can see, right?
Within 30 feet. So actually, from you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, if you move just right up next to Valka, you can get anyone who you need to in the party. So you could bless Valka, Minorith, and yourself or an additional person.
Okay. I'll bless. Let's look at it again. I will bless who's holding Velka, and then just the 2 next people. So I think that's Shen and
Minorith, yeah.
Is that Maris? Okay.
Yeah. Shen and Minorith will get the bless, which I will say, I believe bless counts for, let's see, death saving throws, yeah. So Shen now has a D4 to add to those. Excellent stuff. Gingy, you get the bless off. And I actually say that is perfect because Adora is, even I may have miscounted that, Adora was technically outside of that range. Any other movement, though, Gingy, that you want to take in this moment?
No movement at the moment, no.
Alrighty. You take that turn. That brings us right up to Adora. That is your turn.
Yay, I can finally play the game now, guys. Okay. So I don't have any healing on me, and I think what I could do, I'm saying tentatively to August, it would be my action, and I feel like I would be better used bonk, you know?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, as this, shadow person's like, hey, give me the sword, Dora's gonna go, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. And with my movement, I'm gonna get in range in order to attack this dude.
Yep, 20 feet.
And, bonk bonk. Here we go.
Heck yeah.
Oh, wait. Crap, I forgot one thing I do have.
Oh?
DM, will you let me be retroactive?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't rolled for it either, so...
Okay. Before I run, I do have healing hands that can restore for 3 hit points. Shen's back up.
Yes! We forgot about healing hands. Shen is back up, and... Oh, excuse me. Valka, was what you did a form of healing hands as well, or was that a different ability?
No, that was healing hands. We're both Azamar.
Are
Shen,
we? Bum, bum, bum.
Shen, your wing is withering before your eyes, as before it closes, Adora touches you. Shen, before your eyes, your wing is no longer withered, as what would have been a rather ill effect, meaning you would have lost your ability to hold things with your left wing, is now gone. Gingy.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That would have been really bad. I mean, it was a bad thing. And Gingy, the whitish gray spots that appeared on your cookie are no longer there, as this is healing from an Azamar. Shen, you're back up at 3, though. Excellently done. And for sure, Adora, I will definitely allow that retroactive to, let's get Shen some
Thank
hit
you.
points.
Thank you, healer.
Great. Right, now back to business. I'm gonna bonk him.
Yes. For sure. I'm just checking.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh, it's a 7, not a 1, but still.
oh, and Adora, I do have to be really fair. The healing hands is an action.
Oh, so I couldn't even bonk if I wanted to.
That's why I'm gonna be really fair. You don't have to take your move, but you could have just stayed healing hands. And is there any other bonus action or movement you want to do? I would allow that.
Nope. Sounds bad. As a fighter, unless I bonk things, I can't do things.
Yeah, I feel that. But still, hecka good as not only is Shen up, Shen does not have a withered wing. Excellently done. Which, perfect timing. Shen.
I mean, don't fighters have, isn't like second wind or something a bonus action?
I could, but I don't want a second wind right now.
No, that's fair. Just making sure you remember, like, you do have bonus actions you can take if you want. That's totally
fair. Yeah, no, I do. I'm just being selfish. Thanks, Megan.
I will say, it's really fun playing in a group where, like, I don't think, these are, like, classes that I really don't think any of us ever played before. So it's fun to see, like, ooh, remember you have this, or, ooh, try that. It's really fun. Oh, yes, but that brings us to Shen's turn. And, Shen, you're just up. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I missed my whole getting killed, getting beaten, getting healed, getting killed again.
Yeah. Shen, it's very much like in a real fight. You were fighting the shadow and didn't even notice the shadow come up behind you that slams you down, and you got healed, and then you got slammed. And so you've just been in this constant state of, like, blacking out and, like, waking up on the ground. So as you come to, Shen, you will look around. None of the other shadows seem to be here anymore. But there is now a larger shadowy creature with furled wings and horns that has erupted from where a shadow was once standing.
Yeah. Okay. So in my current state, and given that my hand was withered and then unwithered, I don't really want to engage with this new creature. Let's see. However, I am going to look up at... Sorry, Eleanor, what is your character's name again?
It's Adora.
Adora, okay. I am going to look up at you because you just healed my wing from what I assumed was going to be an awful experience. Healer, what is your plan?
And you see, this has really caught Adora off guard because normally you can gather that she's the soldier, not the planner, and goes, hit the shadow till it dies. It doesn't like my sword, and I show the broken blade of the sword I have.
Okay. Oh, Shen. Okay, let's see. In that case, Shen is going to dart down towards the bottom of the map. And as he's doing so, I would like to use my action to throw one of my knives at the new shadow creature.
Yeah, excellent. So kind of like run by, giving some space, throwing the knife. Excellent. Go ahead,
yep.
Shen. Roll to hit.
Can. Let's see, attacks. Actions, there we go. So... Oh, come on. Well, okay, that's a 14 to hit.
I will let you know a 14 hits exactly.
Okay, awesome. So then that's a... Nice. So 4 plus my 4, so that's 8 points of piercing damage.
8 points of piercing. Oh, and Shen, let alone the 14 exactly to hit, you do have Bless. So just for the future, you will get to add a D4 to your damage. Or to hit, excuse me.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. Shen, you deal this damage.
I also get sneak attack because. Oh, whoops. Never mind. I do not. My bad. Okay.
Right, because you would have to be next to the creature, but no
Yeah.
creature. Yeah. You're totally fine. Still, 8 points of damage. Halves a little bit. You do, but Shen, you can tell this creature is a lot more corporeal than the previous shadows. As Shendao stabs into one of the upper biceps of this creature, it roars in pain, and you can gather that whatever language it speaks is not physical, as the sounds escaping it sound like scraping metal and hissing smoke, that none of it seems like normal vocal cords. The creature, though, roars and is kind of like starting to hunker down and looks very angry at kind of what's going on with the people around. Excellent, though, Shen. That's a good use. Movement action. Any other bonus action you want to try real quick?
For bonus action, I will dash and kind of try to almost lead it away, or maybe not lead it away. Adora said that she wanted to beat the creature until it died. But I do want to offer at least some kind of distraction, and so I will take my dash to run between some of the stalls to maybe give Adora and the others a bit of an opening.
For sure. I will say it's that you rush in between the stalls, and it's but like flashing your tail and everything, so making this bit of spectacle as you dash, moving in and around the stalls. The stalls will offer half cover right now, which is nice. As the creature will take notice of this. It doesn't look happy that it got attacked and you're running away, so to speak.
I'm running away.
Yeah, right. Like, as you dash in and around, Minorith, that is your turn.
Okay. I forgot to ask this earlier, but does light impact the shadows at all? Especially because this looks like a shadow demon thingy. Does light do anything?
Go ahead, roll me an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay. Give me a second. Oh, goodness. I will eventually get this down. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Oh, I suck at Arcana. Let's see what I get. Terrible. 12.
12. Minorith, while normally shadows maybe don't do well in light, none of these shadows have seemed interrupted. And you can tell it is dawn where you are. Again, dawn broke, but your eyes do travel upwards to the bloody moon that is now fading from the sky.
Okay. Is this being sticking to the shadowy areas, though? Because if it's dawn, it's not full light yet.
This being is standing right out in the open. No shadows inside.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Oh, well. It's fine. The only thing that's been working well so far is Sacred Flame, so I'm probably just going to be a broken record and do that again.
Hit him again.
Yep. Hey, give me another dex saving throw.
For sure. +3. That is a 15.
Of course. That's fine. All right, then I would like to... that was an action. I don't have any other bonus actions. That sucks. Cool. Okay. Then I am gonna go towards the creature some, and like on the other side of Adora, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry, south, like a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. And I just want to ask it, why do you care so much about a broken sword?
Go ahead, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Do-do-do. I don't think I'm fantastic at persuasion. I'm not terrible. Oh, it was so close to a good roll. Okay, 11.
The being looks at you and just scowls, doesn't seem to say anything.
Oh, fine. Be grumpy. Alright, I don't really think I have anything else to do.
Awesome. Valka, that is your turn there.
Excellent. Can I get within 15 feet of this thing?
Let's see. So your full movement would get you about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away.
I don't have 30 feet?
That was 30 feet, yeah.
Okay. You said I'm about 20 feet away from it?
5, 10,
25?
15, about 25 if I'm being honest.
Okay. I can't do anything great with that. So I might just... Give me a second, sorry. Changing what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I will bonus action use my draconic transformation, which I was gonna do anyway, but I can't. I'm too far away, I think, to use the breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of using my action for that, I'm gonna, I guess, shoot a crossbow at this thing, which probably won't do much because it'll be non-magical, but
Yeah, but you can still go for it.
if it even hits, I don't have great dex. Oh, but does a 17 hit?
17 will still hit. Remember, you have bless as well.
Oh, I do.
So
well, yeah.
17 still hits though. No worries.
Okay. Rolled full damage. I think that only counted the die though on D&D Beyond, so
Yes.
plus my dex. Oh yeah, I have no dex. Cool. So 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You watch does seem to pass through and doesn't completely injure the creature, but it is now looking moderately hurt. Excellent, Valka. You have emerged. The shadowy demon is now going to take its turn. It is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and end its turn
Oh no,
inside of Adora.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
You would say inside Adora?
The shadow is starting to seep inside Adora's ear canals, nose, mouth, and swirling inside of her.
Oh no.
That's nasty.
It is going to take its attack. Plus 5. That rolls for a 15 and does not hit. Oof.
Get got. Get got.
Get got. Adora, as this happens though, you hear again telepathically. Give me the sword so that the seals may be broken, and I will allow your pitiful friends to live.
You kind of hear like laughing through the goo, like, what's gonna happen?
While it finishes its turn, Adora, it does not complete its attack, but there is still, unfortunately, a D6 of necrotic damage that will have. to 1 point of damage you will still take as the creature is ending its turn half inside of you, trying to attack you internally. That is the creature's full turn. Really sucks that it missed, because then it could have done something big. That is the demon's turn. Gingy, that is your turn there, my friend.
All right. I want to. Let me come back to the map for a second.
Yeah, of course.
Was I still in Volka's pocket, or did she set me down?
I will be super fair and say yes, you were still in Valka's pocket.
I
Okay.
did say I set her down behind me earlier, but she can have gotten back in my pocket if she wanted.
Yeah, I'm being nice. It's like you could have put down, but it's that, like, because you're both players, it's like, ooh, could I have done it? I'm not going to be super mean about that. It's only if, like, Gingy was still down that we might have had to say, like, ooh, who can go where.
Okay. I'm going to. Where's everybody else for hit points? I know Shen isn't great, and I'm not great.
Scale of 1 to 18.
Beyond that, Minareth and Adora both look a little banged up. Valka still looks pretty good. It's more, for the most part, you and Shen are the really injured ones.
Okay. I think I'm going to. That's a bonus action. I'm going to bonus action healing word on Shen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you get 1d4 plus my spellcasting, which is 3.
Okay. Do you roll that, or do I?
Do I roll it?
Yeah, you can roll that, because it should have next to the spell for you to just kind of click the dice, and it'll help do it for you.
Okay. Two plus 3, so it's going to be 5 hit points.
Appreciation.
Shen, you're almost back at half. That's much better than what you were about, like, 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to see, this one isn't option. Yeah. And I'm going to cast Goodberry. But they're going to be chocolate chips.
Excellent. Goodberry, little delicious chocolate chips, bloop, 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 kind of like pop out of your palm. Excellent. That's a dope turn. Well done.
And then I'm going to eat some of the chocolate chips. I'm going to eat 5 and give myself.
I do see, though, it will take an additional action to eat 1 berry, so that will have to happen.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do that next turn then.
No worries. Gingy, you make 10 little delicious chocolate chips, and all of you can see, these are not your regular chocolate chips. They're like Hershey's Kiss size, but they also look that, like, almost gooey, delicious chocolatey consistency. Excellent, Gingy. That will bring us to Adora's turn. Adora, this shadow creature is trying to destroy you internally. What would you like to do?
So I'm in the not so great goo while Gingy's enjoying some chocolatey goo, and I'm wondering if, like, an object interaction could be Gingy throwing it, or is that too?
Unfortunately, good berries or good chocolate chips have to be an action to consume right now.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm inside of the dude. or the dudes inside of me.
Uh,
I'm not having a great time.
Yeah, he didn't succeed, so he is still, like, very much outside. If he had succeeded, he might have gone inside, so there is still, like, 3/4 of him that are outside right now.
Okay. Hey DM, tell me if I can do this thing.
Mhm.
So, I kind of, like, try to turn my body, the body a little bit with the goo, right, to face this guy. And talking interaction first, I go, "Are you a Shadow Weaver?"
This creature looks at you. Give me the sword.
Not unless you say who you're with.
Uh,
And even at that, probably not.
Go ahead.
Oh, whoops. That's not that tactic.
If you want, you can make me a persuasion check, kind of like a free check on your turn. Like, it's what Minarith was trying to do too, like persuade him to talk.
Oh, hey, well, 3 + 5 is 8.
Yeah, immediately start. Give me the sword. Nothing much.
Okay, I'll give you the sword, and then I'm gonna stab him.
Excellent. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
Please, 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 please. Aha! 21.
21 will hit. Go ahead. Roll damage.
Okay, and as I'm doing this, I want to know if this will give me any shenanery, but this is also something I think Adora would do in this moment. She kind of mutters to herself, "For the honor of Grayskull," and just stabs him in the stomach.
You whisper it, and
I'm seeing if anything special happens.
I will actually say what happens, Adora. You whisper it, and you feel the panging loss as nothing happens.
I'm gonna still stab him with it.
For sure.
Hey, 6 and a 3 + 4, that's 13 points of damage.
13.
And you said my sword is emanating. Is it a little radiant, do you think?
It is not radiant. What you are noticing is, though this sword you carry is broken, right? It's like a hilt with almost like half a side of a sword still on it. Adora, your sword does count as magical. So that
Excellent.
is a full 13 points to this creature, which now looks officially bloodied and bruised.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to bonus action second wind.
Yeah, smart.
And I'm going to stab him again. Oh, no, wait, that's, nope, I messed up. I'm doing a fighter, not a paladin. That's 1d10 + 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hit points.
You're totally good.
Yeah. Okay, let me roll a d10 real quick.
Yeah, you're totally fine. As Adora, you heal up again. Smoke start. Whew,
9
well
+
done.
3. 12.
12 back. Adora, you feel great as you are back at full. Shadow starts pouring out of your mouth fast as that natural, just like indomitable human spirit kicks into effect. Just, no, I'll give you the sword. Try. Stab at him. Creature is looking really messed up. Shen, that is your turn. Now, and I will say, Shen, kind of that free, even though the creature looked furious at you, it is not lost on you that for some reason it still didn't attack you.
Okay. I am still quite grateful to Adora, and everybody is kind of converging on this, which is boosting my confidence a little bit more. So, letting out a screech, I'm going to kind of glide my way back in to the fight, and I would like to make a splash with my Wandao.
Excellent. Slashing in and around, you rush back up. Go ahead, take that hit.
Okay, so that's a 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, yeah.
I guess I didn't add bless, but okay. So then that will be, oh, come on. Okay, 5 points of Wandao damage, but then would Adora count as being an ally within 5 feet of it to get that sneak attack?
Very much so. And I will say, Minorith is also close enough, but it's that, like, between Adora and Minorith, I'm counting you have at least a full ally there.
Okay, that's an additional 7 points of damage from sneak attack.
Excellent. This creature taking this damage is starting to look horribly bloodied as shadow starts pouring off of him, like peeling bark or paint, ripping down in little spirals. It is having a hard time maintaining this formation. Excellent stuff. That is just your movement and attack. You could take any last bonus action if you would like to.
Yes, was that my full movement to get there? I'm sitting away from the screen.
Yes, it would have been your full movement to kind of
Okay.
rush around the car.
Okay. I still don't want to be right next to it. So in that case, I will bonus action to dash and kind of run maybe towards the other set of maybe back towards the other set of merchant booths and just kind of get out of the way. And because of my fancy footwork, he can't take a opportunity attack against me as I get out of the way.
Shen, you just a screeching flash of white and black and just a little bit of red slice cleanly from market stall to market stall, slashing at this creature that can't even turn in time to take its attack against you. Well done. That was really cool. Shen,
that's all.
Excellent. You glide gracefully into this next market stall. That brings us to Minorith. Your turn.
Okay, I would like to move around the creature so that I can offer flanking opportunity for Valka when she comes over. And then I would like to cast blindness on this creature.
Ooh, heck
Has to make a con saving throw, and I really freaking hope it doesn't make it.
It's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, and to be perfectly fair, I am out of second level spell slots, so I'm using all 3 of my sorcery points to buy back my second level slot.
Perfect. It has no bonus to this at all.
Okay.
That is a natural 1.
Yes! Finally.
What do you say to this creature as blindness takes effect?
Time to turn off the lights.
Whew. Immediately, the creature roars once again, grating metal, burning wood, high, eaching radio frequency mixed into one as it is blinded, as everyone will now have advantage on this creature.
Wahahaha. Thank you. And that's it for my turn.
Still an excellent turn, Minorith. Valka, that is your turn right up next.
So I would like to, sidestep around, maybe to the left. Yeah, maybe not that close, because I want to use my breath weapon.
Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I just didn't want to hit Gingy, but yeah, I don't want to get too close to this thing.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
So D&D Beyond doesn't actually tell me the mechanics of this beyond it deals 3d6 of the damage type associated with the tooth used for your transformation. So I don't know if I'm supposed to look up, like, is this rules for, like, the spell or, like, the stuff that Dragonborns get? Like, I don't know if this is, like, a dex save or what is happening here. Like, that's not...
Okay. I can explain this real quick. No need to freak out. Basically, your Crimson Order of the Dragon says that it deals 3d6 of the damage type with your transformation. I will ask, what type did you transform to?
I chose blue.
Blue for lightning damage. Excellent. Meaning it will be a dex save from the creature. It is just like a breath weapon. But I will tell you, as lightning goes off, there is no need for me to roll, as this creature is immune to lightning damage.
Boo!
Lightning rakes up and around as Adora, you hear this laughter inside of your mind as this creature giggles with the lightning now raking across its body.
Adora kind of like still gurgling, cries. It's like, I would have rather you not done that.
Valka, any other movement or bonus action?
No, that'll be it.
Alrighty. Tough stuff. With that lightning immunity, that will bring us back to the Shadow Demon's turn. As it takes its turn, Adora, it is once again going to try to hit you.
It has to do it at disadvantage because it's blinded, right?
It is blinded because technically, even though the mechanics might make it a little more internal, it is still a based on sight kind of roll. We are going to roll 2d20 and keep the lower of the two. Oh, the lower of two was a 2, making a 7 total. With that plus 5 it gets. The creature is trying to, you think, Adora, eat you out from the inside, like the poison and necrosis just starting to burn in your ears and nose and mouth. It is trying to just dissolve you away, you think. But as it does so, it cannot hit, as with blindness, you gaining that natural bit of advantage to try to and just move yourself away before it can grossly crawl inside. It will still do a d6 of necrotic damage being in your area, so to speak. That is 5 points of necrotic damage. That will have to 2. As the demon does so, this shadow demon takes its turn. Adora, you hear, I come from the great champions. I am the first. I will take the sword, and the seal will be broken. Give it to me.
First off, no. Second, what? Third, elaborate?
And we will have to elaborate on your turn for that kind of persuasion check. As
yeah, I know. I'm just.
Oh, you're good. As we come back to Gingy, that is your turn.
All right. Let me look at the map for a second. Oh, it's I have to eat the chocolate chips.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to eat my 5 chocolate chips.
Heck yeah.
And then who has the least amount of hit points? I want to give my last 5 chocolate chips to that person.
Gotcha. Right now, it is still you. But being at 7, the next highest would be Shen. Minarith would then be the 3rd highest. In that very metagamey, but still that, like, okay, Shen still looks horribly injured. Minarith is now starting to look really messed up. And Valka and Adora still look pretty okay, just a little injured.
Okay, so I'd like to use my movement to try to kind of sidestep the scary monster, and I'll give I'll split up the other 5.
Okay. You float up 5 little gooey chocolate chips, these kisses right up to Shen. And I will say, Gingy, that was not your full movement. You could take like a bit more movement to either slip behind one of these market stalls or kind of position yourself between Shen and Minarith, if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll position myself between them and kind of like under the market stall if I can a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's like this stall, which was holding just some basic like grains and rice, you magically lift up these little chocolate chips and duck underneath the food here, trying to blend in. Um, Excellent turn though, Gingy. Yeah, that full movement, everything up and in. Um, that will bring us to Adora's turn. Now, Adora, this creature is looking horribly messed up. I might even say on death's door.
Oh, on that story, you say.
I do say.
Um, and Adora kind of seeing the situation, also being a little bit peeved that this, creature thinks that it can just, go inside of her mouth and ears and eyes. Is gonna just say, well, I don't know who you are, but guess what? I kind of don't care. And with that, she is going to. I'm gonna roll an attack again.
You have
Bunk
advantage.
bunk. Attack roll. 17 beats the DC. And with that, as I plunge it into its heart, I kind of like mutter, and whoever sent you, know this, you can't mess with me that easily.
Hell yeah. I would actually say, Adora, if you'd be so kind, go ahead and roll one more time. See if you crit. You already did hit on the AC. Oh, that was damage die.
Oh crap! Sorry.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
good.
That's
You're good.
that's on me. Ignore that one.
No, I'm just curious. Like,
Oh, no, no,
oh,
no.
Oh, no. You.
Oh no, no, no.
And Adora, how do you want to do this?
Oh, so straight up, I'm going to take the hilt of my sword, kind of like put my hand on the pommel a little bit, and just ram it through the chest cavity. And it's almost as if, as you see the sword being pushed in, her eyes glow a little bit, like prismatically celestial. And, it's like, can't mess with me that easily, and like shoves it in, and it's almost like a beam of light goes through, and it looks like the sword is complete, and then it's not.
Excellent. Very much.
Is that okay, DM?
Yeah, you hear it's that full music. Bum 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 ba bum. Adora, you stab into the creature as it erupts. No! Shadow explodes as the demon is no more. And that is where we will take a quick 5-minute break for both ourselves and the recording. So everyone, go ahead and take a 5. We'll come back at 9 o'clock, and I will see you all then. we are back. Thank you so much for waiting through this break. As the battle concludes, the final shadow demon erupts into darkness and is no more, leaving the five of you standing here. The frozen air, the cool morning, the sun now starting to rise. Most of the merchants and people have all but vanished off to their own homes or horses. And I will leave this open to all of you, as we've yet to really have a chance to, shall we say, talk since the big old vision you shared, especially going right into combat. And I'll kind of let you guys roleplay this out or talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, well, that was... Wait, spits out a little bit more goop. Not fun. No, that was not fun.
No.
That was certainly quite the introduction.
Yeah. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Adora. You don't like it vomits over next to us.
Oh,
Oh, that
that's not
tasted like
good.
oil. Like, it was like old socks, oil, and like rotten fruit all mixed together. It was.
Might I offer some lemongrass? I've been told that
What?
it is very helpful for an upset stomach.
Adora kind of like looks at it tentatively, looks back at you, is like, and okay, lemon, and she'll accept.
Okay.
So how do I? And it looks like Adora's trying to like figure out how to talk about what happened.
Does anyone know what just happened?
I have an idea. So for starters, wanted to clear something up. Lady with the scary mask.
Yes, child?
So you healed the cookie. Yeah, you're a cookie. The cookie guy. And it kind of looked like you were doing something similar to what I can do.
There was a lot happening in the battle. Do I need to like roll a perception or something to see if I even clocked that Adora also used healing hands without like metagaming?
No, I will say it's easy enough because that was a very specific thing you both did. Like that's a passive insight or perception in my mind.
Okay.
Cool. So, question. Comment? I'm not from here. And when I say here, I just don't mean the town or the countries you're calling them. I am from another world, completely, and I kind of got tossed here. And I'm trying to see if any of my friends from my world got tossed here too. So this whole rapture, whatever you guys are going through,
Were you cast out of a celestial plane?
what now?
You implied that our abilities are similar, perhaps due to
Yeah,
our
I'm from
origins.
the planet Etheria.
Planet.
Like, okay, so, man, this is gonna be like a lot to explain. So, like, Etheria is basically like a super magical planet, right? And there's kind of like this warrior that like gets kind of passed down through it. That's called Shira. And one of the old Shiras used like her powers and sacrificed her life to kind of put Etheria into like a little pocket universe. Because people were trying to, utilize the resources. And,
So yes, you came from a different plane.
You were cast out.
But not necessarily a celestial one. It's this inherited warrior mantle that gives you your abilities.
kind of. So I kind of touched the sword, and then it shows me, and it's like a lot of stuff I'm working through, and then I found out that I'm a key to a super weapon that was like super out of left field. Um, that apparently like the people who found Etheria, the ones that like were from the kind of people that army were trying to use Etheria as a source for a weapon. And so then Mara, the gal who was before me, was like, "Hey, we're not doing that. I'm gonna hide this planet from you, and using my power, sacrificing my life, we're gonna hide this planet." And then basically a lot of the princess gems were activated, and then which apparently if you activate all the gems, it activates the the weapon inside of the planet. And so then I kind of, and you see as she's rambling, she's like kind of starting to tear up and cry, and her voice is getting like really shaky. And then I found out that I was being turned into Shira against my will, because apparently like the whole Shira thing was like the key to the weapon, and so I shattered the sword. I shattered the sword because that's what turned me into Shira.
It's all right. Just take a breath.
So after I
Yeah.
shattered the
I'm so
sword,
sorry. August, do we just send you questions or communications to you on the questions Discord chat thing?
Yeah, if you have questions, and if it's a private question, you
Okay.
can always personal message me. I was actually
Oh,
going to
awesome.
say, because all of you can see, Adora's sword is indeed a broken sword. This great sword, now that we're out of combat, it's easy enough to tell, like, oh, this sword was shattered. This is just a hilt and enough of a side of a great sword.
Interesting. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt y'all's roleplay. Keep going. It's very,
no, it's
very
all good.
cool.
That's so basically she's kind of like mumbling and breathing. Like, okay, so if you said you're from another plane, uh, another world, um, do you know of like any keywords like the first one? Um, I guess you know Etheria is one, Shira, um, and she takes out her sword and kind of points to like some circles and lines. There's some language on this that's the first ones is what they're called on my planet. And basically, DM, if this isn't it, totally retcon whatever I'm gonna say, but it's words in Celestial on the sword itself that's broken, and like the word is cut off.
No, you called it perfectly. It is celestial.
I do, in fact, speak Celestial. Can I read what's on this sword?
Let's see. It's not the full message, important to note. But you would be able to tell that for the most part, it says for the, like FORTHE, and it kind of stops there.
So the keyword I would say while holding the not broken sword was it was for the honor of Grayskull, and to be honest, I don't know what a Grayskull is. That is just what Sword told me to say when I touched it and it chose me, and I kind of went on a wacky hijinks adventure, and now I can't find anyone from my planet plane at all, and now you guys are going through this whole thing, and so I feel bad for intruding. And so there's also magic on my planet, and there are weavers, like weavers of magic, and there's uh, this weaver who went evil and kind of named herself Shadow Weaver, and that's why I was. Yep. Um, I guess any questions for me? Anything you guys want to share? I know I just shared a lot. I actually haven't been able to talk to anyone really since I got jutted here. Basically, yeah, no, I shattered the sword, and then next thing I know, it feels like my body twisting in half, but not. And then I showed up kind of on a hill about a couple days, weeks. I can't spell any more travel from this town. Yeah.
Minareth is going to kind of go up to both of you and bow to each of you, bowing to Adora first. Bright One, might I have a token? And she's going to gesture toward your hair.
What?
Just a single strand would do.
While that's happening, can I roll like an Arcana check or something and be like, did smashing a sword have like resonance? And was it like accidental energy release, plane shift, tuning fork vibes? Like I'm trying to make sense of this your whole life story on me. So I'm like, what is happening? And like, is there a way to reverse engineer the sword to like plane shift her back home?
For sure. What I would say is you can make me a history check, if you'd be so kind, Valka, to kind of look at these.
Flat history?
Mm-hmm.
And I assume Bless ended with the combat?
I'll allow bless. This, like, everyone gets one last bless, if that makes sense.
Awesome, thank you. That's a 22 then.
A 22. Ooh. Valka, you have heard the term first ones long ago in your life, but that memory is fuzzy at best. First ones, you can tell, are mortal beings, as far as you could tell, but that whatever sword that Adora is holding and is talking about, this weapon, if it shattered, must be a infinitely powerful artifact. In fact, you may have called it directly that it's almost as if when the sword broke, a mass plane shift spell went out across the planet because of how much power this artifact had. Currently now, though, what you have, just the hilt, still is magical. It's hard to break artifact level stuff, but whatever Adora is holding must be wildly valuable. And yes, Minareth, you are asking for a hair from both Valka and from Adora. So I would simply ask Valka and
Sure.
Adora, would you allow it? Okay.
Yeah, just try not to like. My bangs are kind of. It takes like from the bottom. Okay. Yeah, that's not weird at all.
Can I ask why you? I think Velka's gonna be a little more cautious because there is a lot of magic shit that you can do if you have like people's hair.
Oh, that's fair. She's just going to say, for the reading.
Reading?
Yes, as she
she has
kind
the
of
cards.
shows you her cards.
The sense that maybe I
allow
shouldn't
me?
have
And
given my
she's, so Adora, when she says bright one, she's talking to you.
Oh, okay. Also, I'm starting to get the feeling I shouldn't have given you my hair.
It's all right. Don't worry.
I'm gonna worry anyway. I'm just gonna let you know that.
That is fine. And you already gave her a piece of hair, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
Laura did, Velka did not.
Okay, that's fine. So August, Minareth is going to just kind of mutter in Celestial and Core, just kind of going between the two, and hold the piece of hair in her hand as she moves her hand over the cards and picks one based off of a feeling.
Based off of a feeling.
Shen is watching interestedly.
I would say so. Yes, Shen, this is something you're very familiar with.
Yes.
We will start with Adora's reading. Having a piece of hair, Minrith, you flick out a card very much at random. You see that this card is labeled the Sun.
Okay.
As you go, you find your next tarot card. Pull one out for Valka, and it is labeled the Angel.
Okay.
Now, of course,
And
I will let you interpret. There really is no insight checks for these tarot cards. Something that kind of like I'm doing as DM with these, I will pick out what these mean because it's not the same as having the find fortune spell. You know, like certain actual divinatory
yeah.
spell works. And so this is up for you to decide maybe what these mean. Oh, excellent. And Gingy is going to give you all a chocolate chip cookie that will restore 3 hit points.
Yay! Thank you, Gingy.
I appreciate that.
Gingy kind of
All
trotting
right.
around. But yes, Minrith, you pull these 2 cards. And Shen, you can
As
see
I pick the sun. Perfect. Okay. As I pull the sun out for Adora, just going to look at it. The brightest of all that shines in the sky. This card. I believe, Adora, you really did fall from grace, didn't you? You were someone who stood for many. You stood in the way of many. I would like to know how you will retrieve your radiance. I believe you have a very bright fate ahead of you. And then she's going to turn to Valka with the angel card. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Please react.
Elder. That was I will make noises as Adora because that's just.
Okay. A little bit more difficult. I don't have much experience with angels, as you might guess. I think maybe represent a great amount of change. I hope for the better. So by the blood red moon. Well, Valka, you say your name is? I think that you will be a calming influence on us and hopefully offer us some guidance where we have very little. Thank you very much.
Well,
and I'm going to give the card to each of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
And tell me, fortune teller, what do you see in mine?
Ooh, more practice. And she just kind of hops over to. Do you like to pick a card?
He will pick a card.
All right, Shen, you draw a card. I will say, Shen, as you draw this card, you see a card that simply says the Seer, spelled S-E-E-R, and on the card seems to be the face of a ram.
Interesting. I feel like you are one who isn't afraid to do what must be done. I hope that you will be able to make those decisions with kindness in your heart. Also, I very much love your feathers. They're very pretty. And she's going to give the card to you.
he's going to tuck it away briefly, and he's very appreciative of your remarks on his feathers. Well, I am part of the royal family of Gongmen City, and these are a token of royalty. Now, tell me, do you understand what is going on with that? I'm going to gesture you towards the button.
Oh, that is what I have been trying to discover. And as we learned that we have two beings from all the brightness among us, I was hoping I would learn a bit more about the state of the moon. But unfortunately, that was not in the cards this evening. And then I would like to make a history check, August. There ever been any records of a blood red moon in the chronicles my tribe? People?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, it's of your tribe. Go ahead, make me a history check. I will allow it. I'll say this will be a flat roll.
Oh, dang. Okay. It is thinking. Okay, that's a 15.
Minareth, you
I
do.
get to use bless because I never did use it.
Oh, then I will say you can use your bless in this moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone
Okay,
could
and
have
it
that one
gives
last
me-
bless.
All right, so that brings us to a total of 17.
Total of 17. Minareth, you think back to your tribe. You think of the many different scrolls and books and clay tablets that they held. But while you think of this, you think of Osriantus, this leader of your people, how there was never any book that mentioned blood red moons, but that this person said many different beings and groups each hold reverence to the stars and the astrological signs. Indeed, one would be able to journey to any religious temple and should be able to find documents and charts and omens that they see there. And I would say that it is the word omens that perhaps strikes hardest in your mind, as you don't think your people had any different like charts or maps or books on this, but you do know that there are two different temples near your location. It is a bit of a day's journey or 2 days journey, whichever way you go, but the Temple of Thor and the Temple of Odin are both holy temples that would have charts and signs and symbols of these different things that are occurring.
Awesome. Okay, then I'm going to kind of phasing off into the middle distance, totally out of it. Gonna snap back to attention, look at Shin. I don't have any answers for the state of the moon right now. However, I believe we can find these answers at a temple. I know of this and this, and I heard one of the names. I think you said Thor, but your voice cut out for the second one. Which temple do you think would be best for us to visit?
Odin.
Let's see. Yes. Okay. Quick question to August. Then, in this world, how
Can I?
many are the pantheons? Because mine would definitely be more. All of my stuff would be definitely Chinese, but how much overlap is there between the different pantheons?
Yes. You know, Chen, most of your life, China reveres and respects the dragon spirit. Out of the many more I won't call them animal gods, but just species such as the rat, the ox, the hare, the dog. The dragon spirit was the main source of what you would know as religious worship. Growing up, you would have heard of the pantheons of the northern folk, the different settlements of humans and Vikings, and their worship of Odin, Thor, Freya. I don't think you have enough knowledge, though, of maybe their specific checks, like or specific like domains, just off the top of your head. But I would say, because Megan was kind of throwing her hat in the ring, that she might have some stuff on that. Megan, what did you want to bring to that question?
So I vaguely remember from last session, wasn't there supposed to be a dragon vaguely in the way of both the Temple of Thor and Odin? Like, weren't there two separate dragons that were kind of like causing problems for people trying to get to those temples?
You are correct in that remembrance.
So can I use an action to use my dragon sense really quick to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon within 10 miles of me?
For sure, go for it.
That's a good move.
That's a good one. You sense out 10 miles to the nearest dragon. There is a dragon southeast of you, what you would know to be across the frozen waste. Minimal food. It is a hard journey where even with the best of horses, it's still a rough go to get to Thor's temple that way. But within 10 miles, there is a draconic presence you can feel. Now, I will say, it feels faint. It might not be fresh, if that makes sense. But a dragon is closer southeast.
Mm-hmm. And that's... So I'm sensing the one that, if I remember your map correctly, is on the way to Thor's temple?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna look up at the sunshine, because you said it is dawning, and say, well, I was planning on going dragon hunting today, and I'm just going to convey to everyone that I know they're, like, from the notice boards and everything, that there are those dragons there, and that if we try and head to Odin's temple, I don't know where the dragon is, but I am, like, pinging a location on, like, the one in the direction of Thor's temple, so it's that we'd maybe be going a little blinder but also it would take longer to get to a dragon, and I could like use the sense again, I guess, if we wanted to head to Odin's. Just that, like, if we head to Thor's temple, we kind of know where the dragon is. If we head to Odin's temple, we might have to go a little more cautiously, but we'd have like more time before getting a dragon.
I have a question then of what could help us choose these gods. What do they represent?
I think I just gained
I will also give them a crash course on the Norse pantheon, with, of course,
Okay.
Odin being more head of the gods, known for wisdom with Mimir's well and everything, but also that, like, and like Hugin and Moon and like just the basics, and then Thor being the son and like the more warrior dude. Again, Odin having like the ties to like royalty, and so those different like warrior caste god versus like ruler caste god.
Gotcha.
Question: isn't Odin supposed to be one of? I can't remember. I don't know my Norse mythology very well. Isn't he supposed to have something to do with seers?
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding.
Not that I remember.
Yes.
No, Odin did have a connection between Odin, or should I say, Odin was the closest of the pantheon to have connection to what we would call divination and seership.
Mm-hmm. Oh, seers! I thought she said fears.
So sorry.
No, that's my
It's not your fault. It's over Discord, just as opposed
That's
to in
fair.
person. I'm getting used to listening more closely.
Okay, then Minaret's vote would probably be for Odin, because of the fact that we're trying to find knowledge that could be ancient, could be future, and so uh, that just might be what she'd be more comfortable with.
Jen would agree. Odin sounds like the better bet.
Hmm. I'm down for that. I know it puts us a little out of the way of what you wanted. Um, but,
Either way, there's a dragon.
okay. Please, okay. Please don't make fun of me for this. What's a dragon?
Sorry, the funny part is I didn't like explain it because we were in combat, but like one of my bonus actions, I did a full draconic transformation thing, so I'm sort of partially dragony right now, and so it was just really funny that you asked that, and I'm standing there like half dragon right now.
Honestly,
They're giant, evil, scaly monsters that breathe various elemental damages at you.
okay. All right. So scaly. Is there any like shape to the scales, or is it like a
They've
human
usually got
or not
wings.
human?
They're giant, stupid reptiles.
Excuse you.
Well, that's um. You know, I had a friend who looked a little like that, but like a you and a me kind of form, I guess. Okay, okay. Thanks for clarifying. I mean, like it's kind of. I promise I'm not dumb, but okay, there was this like one time where like we went to my friend's aunt's place and I didn't know what an aunt was, and so I didn't ask her until like before we left. Um, that was a that was a fun time. You see, she kind of just closes off for a second. Right, sorry.
You come from a
Odin,
strange place.
Odin. What?
You come from a strange land.
Yeah, no. Apparently I'm the one who was the strange one. I basically was raised in like a military operation, and I didn't know I was on the evil side, but apparently I was on the evil side, and then I got the sword. Like there is like, yeah, I have like barely scraped the iceberg. And if you don't want to hear it all, that's all good. Oh, no, I was the one who like didn't know what birthdays were and like ants and stuff like
The
that.
land beyond the stars seems like quite a desolate place. I always thought it would be more glorious.
Oh no, it's there's still beautiful parts of Etheria. So there was this person who came to Etheria that tried to take it over by force. His name was Hordak. Um, and basically he had this, his army was called the Horde, and when I was a baby I was adopted, like I was found near the Horde, so they adopted me, and basically I was raised there with.
Oh, I was adopted too. With.
It was, I didn't have a good caravan until recently, actually. I had one person there, and then when I got the sword turned on me, and then no, but then I found friends in the resistance of the native peoples of the planet that were fighting against Hordak, and that's kind of where I found a caravan, I guess. Whatever.
It can be another resistance. Resistance against the end of the world, as told by Gabriel, was his name?
Yes.
Huh. I'm ready to go hunt a dragon and talk to Odin. And she's going to link her arms with the two people next to her, which I think at this point are Adora and Shen, and start walking where she thinks Odin's temple lies.
I think I probably would have like pointed out the directions.
I think it'd be funny if it's
Going
the
in
opposite
right
direction.
then.
So I think you'll know vaguely the right direction.
Excellent.
Shen is going to pull his wing out of your arm and kind of dust himself a little bit before
so
Joy.
sorry. I should take care not to ruffle your feathers.
Yeah, please do not.
Kind of stage.
She have taken a single feather from as she did the arm length thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so smart.
As you all make this plan, heading across the Blackwood to Odin's temple, what I would ask is this. I will give you a bit more, shall we say, quick mechanics. Odin's temple, if you were to acquire either a caravan to take you through, or find some horses or other riding creatures, you could make it to Odin's temple in about 2 days. On foot is a completely different story. Blackwood is a, shall we call it, dangerous place. This is where a lot of fairy tales may come from. Dangerous creatures lurk off of the path. And so, making your way through on foot could almost greatly double that time. We're talking almost 10 days time without having some form of transportation. Either way is completely doable. It just, one would be more versus less time, if that makes sense.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
can I try to make a religion check? Because at the, thought of, oh crap, we need transportation, Adora's going to go, Swiftwind, and see if I can't reach out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, see if, kind of figure out if Swiftwind responds, then she knows it wasn't just her that was pushed out of the area.
Go ahead. Make me a religion check.
Please work. 17.
17, Adora. As you make this check, I have to make a complete luck check, shall we call it.
Oh no.
No worries, just let me get ready to roll this.
Oh, I will never, ever, ever like the sight of a Barlgura in a D&D campaign ever again.
Yes.
I actually had stress nightmares
on
leading
you.
up to the finale,
That's
and then
not
even
funny that you
after.
Summon greater demons.
As we roll, that was a 6. Adora,
Oh.
somewhere deep in your mind, you hear, hello? Hello?
Hello?
Adora, is that you?
Swiftwind, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's me.
No, okay.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. And she's just, it looks like she's going crazy. She's just screaming, yes.
No, okay, but you're cutting in and out. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes.
Swift wind does seem to be.
I can hear you.
Where are you?
I gotta ask, this is Eleanor blinking. Adora would know this. What's the name of the town we're in?
It's called Keld.
Keld, we're in Keld.
What's Keld? Where are we? Where am I?
New World, I think.
What?
What do you see?
Okay. I see. There's a lot of grass. There are trees. Definitely trees. Here's the weirdest thing. There's a lot of things in the sky. Are those normal?
What things? Do they look like snakes, but not?
No, they're like shiny little dots. Is that normal?
Oh! And with that, Adora kind of looks up. Oh. Okay, so those are stars.
Got it. I will say, free check, you don't see stars where you are.
Gotcha. No, I guess it just kind of hits a door then. Of just like, right, because we didn't have stars in where our planet was put in that pocket. Okay, those are stars. Many other planets.
Okay, I'll come to you, or I think so. I can fly, so I'll find you.
Okay, we're near a kind of twisted forest. We're going in it, and we're going to where it's colder. So kind of.
Got it. Go north. Will do.
Oh, damn it.
Thanks.
When,
Hmm?
please be safe. Okay. Are you on Etheria right now?
No. I've been to Etheria. This is not Etheria.
Good. We've got that out of the way. What is the temperature like?
Okay. Honestly, it's a bit chilly. Not very cold, but a little cold.
Okay. And so, DM, I want to see if I could try to make an insight check to see how far he is away from, because I know we're next to a place that is like a cold desert kind of thing.
I will let you know now, Adora. It's gonna be a while before Swiftwind can get here. That's a passive. If you are somewhere where it is dawn, but he is somewhere where there are still stars, that's completely different.
Okay.
So I will give you. It's like the mechanics. Swiftwind will start looking for you, just on his way, and you can do passive stuff every day. Giving kind of locations, physical feature stuff. It's just gonna take.
Send out a ping signal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Clever thought, but I rolled really bad on the luck check, and so we are. You won't be able to have Swiftwind for a while.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's hilarious that you have to play Swiftwind. He is the he's a horse, all right.
He's a horse.
Yep.
So for everyone, what would you guys like to do in journeying out to Odin's temple? Would you like to stop more in Keld itself, try to look for maybe some mounts or caravans, or do you want to go on foot, which might offer that more or less solitude / cheaper option?
Oh, I just realized I look like a crazy person. Sorry. I have a horse that can fly. Man, this sounds really weird. That I can talk to through my mind, but I have to speak it out loud a little bit. I'm sorry. Hopefully it makes sense because I've done the. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Crazy person was the right description. Well, shall we find travel to go to the temple?
Yeah, probably.
Wagons are very reliable.
I'm realizing, my first impulse would have been that, try and get, hired on to protect a caravan on the way down, especially with, all the stuff, and then I'm like, that makes sense for me as a more martial class. I'm surrounded by spellcasters, so maybe that won't go over well.
That's
I
a
know
good
a Norse
point.
fighter, but...
I mean, we can try.
Yeah,
what
I
happens.
mean,
I'm open to whatever the party decides.
technically the first horse I ever got, which was Swiftwind, I kind of just took him.
Are there caravans or things that would be?
Yeah. For sure. It's kind of looking around. Could as
dangerous woods.
We could call this as a party total, making a group investigation check to kind of like get a full, like take an hour or so, move through Keld and find out what horses they have, caravans, carriages, and the like.
I got an 18.
Could I potentially do a room check instead? Because if we're traveling to a temple, there might be a pilgrimage headed there.
I will say all of this might be negated. Shen just got a nat 20.
Oh, dang.
Well, good, because I got an 8.
Oof. Shen, and I would say for the party as a total, there's a lot of options. You could, of course, buy some horses, which would be, shall we call it, a long-term investment. The nice thing being, Gingy is a tiny creature, doesn't require much space, so you would really only need about 4 horses. But that does get expensive. Some of the other stuff that you're...
That is a little small on cash.
Yeah, it's that, like, everyone's like, ooh, yeah, we don't have much. But there is, Shen, almost like what Valka was saying, a caravan that is heading out towards Odin's temple. This is a usual thing that happens, especially about once every month, where religious pilgrims coming from multiple places will head to these temples, and Keld is that perfect stopping ground from more the Mediterranean before journeying through the Blackwood. What you would know is this would be a job, actually. You would be hired on as adventurers, or mercenaries or venatori, whatever word you want to use, and you would be given horses. It's that we'll provide the cars, and each of you would receive 40 gold pieces for safe passage all the way up to Odin's temple.
That sounds like a great deal.
Shen's gonna mutter under his breath, and so it's come to this. Good afternoon, gentlemen. My group of adventurers and I will be on as protection in your journey to the Temple of...
For sure. Shen, what check should I make this? I guess we could call this, would you be so kind, Shen, as to make me a persuasion check for now? Kind of to see how easily you could hire on, or maybe if you could get added perks, maybe is a better term.
I can give the help action.
Yeah, I'd say Adora give the help action to Shen.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Okay.
11. Unfortunately, no. Shen, the group of men you see that are outside one of the little taverns just kind of looks you up and down, kind of pokes their heads around to see the rest of the party. You notice that looking at you, they don't seem very impressed. They look over and they see Minarith, and they look less impressed. They look over, see Valka, and their eyes kind of maybe light up like, okay, someone's in a lot of armor. And then they see Adora, who also seems to have more like weapons and stuff, and they kind of look, and on that 11, all of them nod their head, and you see a lead human figure steps forward, has that very salt and peppery hair and grizzled face, and reaches out a hand and goes, right, we could hire on the 4 of you. Pay a fair 20 gold a day to get the group all the way up to the temple.
Heck yeah.
So sorry, you said that we could probably get 40 gold at some point earlier, right?
Yes, what it would be is
I think he meant over the 2 days, right?
yes, over the 2 days, 20 gold a day. They would be paying
Oh, gotcha.
every person in the party 40 gold pieces. Yes, on that clarification.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, please.
Shen's going to glance at the other members and seeing he is immediately against it. Yes, we accept and we'll protection.
You see, the other men kind of like, they don't like laugh per se, but it's that general guffaw, where the lead figure leans forward, shakes your hand. Right. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. As I will tell you his name. He introduces himself. His name is Volrid, and I'll put that in the chat. Volrid is the gentleman that you have met. I'll give you his last name too. Volrid Dorcas. Volrid shakes your hand. Just excellent. We should be leaving here within the next couple hours. We're just making sure there's no more pilgrims on the road from Syracuse. Please be advised. And this he kind of to all of you. The Black Forest is no joking matter. We have many, many, many dangerous beasts that are kept there, and I've personally lost many a good hero and adventurer to these woods. Now, I can't say much about that bloody moon earlier, nor the attack on the market, but I doubt that this journey will be any easier, or perhaps maybe I should say it will be harder than what you've seen in past times. So get yourselves loaded. We'll get you your horses. We've got about 2 carriages full, and we should make it 2 days from hence.
Hey, honest.
Yeah.
This is just a hunch, but like, between the accent and the name, can I like check on where this guy's from?
Yeah. Give me a history check.
That is a 14.
14, not bad. He seems a little Nordic, to be fair. You are, shall we say, in the neighborhood of, more of these northern wastes. You're bound to run into them more often.
Okay, so nothing like super specific, like Burke, but like somewhere just in the general northern area.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of
Okay.
hearing someone speak English with a slight accent and going, they could be from the East Coast, but it's hard to place it just on that.
But like you wouldn't pinpoint like Boston or something. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Hey, DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Realized that I haven't been able to add my armor. What armor specifically?
Let's take care of that after, because we're about to finish up for the night anyway. No worries.
Sorry.
No, you're totally good. Yeah, we should make sure you get an armor on there. As you all, over the next couple hours, outfitted each with a horse, I will say, Gingy, you, of course, are a very tiny creature, so who would you like to ride with as you go down?
I think I'll ask if I can ride with Volka.
Yeah, Volka would be delighted to have Gingy ride with her.
Thank you.
Of course.
Gingy, you just nestle up into those little scaly armor that Valka has. It's actually quite comfortable. Within the passing time, Volrid outfits Valka, Adora, Minarith, and Shen, each with your own steed. This is a simple riding horse. And as you are about to set off, Adora, I will
Mhm.
say your mind is probably about to wander to the battle you just had. Now,
A bit.
while you were fighting, that creature was making many strange, shall we call it, remarks about your sword. Go ahead and roll me a
Yeah.
history check.
Okay. Not 13.
Ooh, a nat 13. I will give you a choice. Would you rather think more about what he said about your sword or what he said about, shall we call it, itself or themselves?
I think it would be about the sword, because that's kind of where Adora's mind is going. Like, how do I fix this? Because, like, that reading she got from one of our new friends was not from Minareth, kind of shook her up a bit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what's atoning? You know, like, what do I do? How do I tap back into it? So I think she'd be thinking about the sword.
You think back, and as you see Volrid at kind of the head of this caravan, sitting at the top of one of these carriages, and everything starts clambering off through now the rising sun and this very cold afternoon. The being that was speaking to you telepathically kept saying to give you your sword, to take this sword from you, and that this sword would be used in breaking some seal or getting some seal away. Now, Adora, you don't really know on a 14 what that means, but you know of seals, of sealed jars and bottles and cans. And when they're broken, it's because there's something inside that is wanted. And you only have to wonder with that dark pit in your stomach what your sword might be used to break if it is sealed away. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session, one and all. Thank you all so very much for playing. Thank you for listening. And I will see you all next time.